Gladiator is directed by Ridley Scott, and it stars Russell Crowe, Joaquin Phoenix, Connie Nielsen, Oliver Reed, Jamon Hansu, Richard Harris, just a bunch of amazing, talented individuals of actors. But anyway, Russell Crowe portrays the Roman general Maximus Meridius, who is betrayed when Commodus, the ambitious son of Emperor Marcus Aurelius, murders his father and seizes the throne. Reduced to slavery, Maximus becomes a gladiator and rises through the ranks of the arena, determined to avenge the murders of his family and the emperor. So, here's something you guys should know, and I'm just going to get this right off the bat. I have never seen this movie at all. This movie came out in 2000, and I was just born. Yeah, I was born in 2000, so I was an infant. I was a little tiny, itsy bitsy little infant baby when this movie came out. And I never got around to actually sitting down and watching this movie. Um, yeah, like and now it's 2024, 2000. I'm 24 years old. Like 2 decades later, here we are with with a sequel. The sequel of the film recently came out last weekend. I saw it with a friend of mine. We we saw the movie together, and yes, I will be posting my review for Gladiator 2 next. But I gotta do everything chronologically. All right. So yeah, I never got around, but yes, everyone, critics and a lot of my friends and everyone on the internet and on YouTube is talking about Gladiator, quoting, the most famous, iconic lines spoken, or not spoken, but like shouted from Russell Crowe's character. Are you not entertained? Um, and everyone's been quoting this movie, and everyone's saying like the first Gladiator movie is just phenomenal. It's just a phenomenal cinematic Roman kind of cathedral experience or something like that. But yeah, I never seen this movie until this past weekend. Last week. Not excuse me. Last weekend, I finally sat down and I watched Gladiator. I binged, and then I went out and I saw Gladiator 2 in my local theaters. And guys, this movie, I cannot believe it took me 24 years. I can't believe it took all this time. Well, this movie is rated R, so this movie is rated R, and but like besides that, like I've never actually um I don't know. I just never been interested or intrigued to actually watch this movie, and I don't know. Like at the time, and like all this time, I just didn't know where this movie was, and then I found out it's on Paramount Plus, I believe. But yeah, I think Paramount Plus is or Paramount Plus. Let me DreamWorks. DreamWorks was the distributor of this film. And who did what was the Paramount Picture. Okay, Paramount distributed the sequel. Okay, I get okay. Now I understand. But yeah, so anyway, blah 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 blah. With all that out of the way, let's dive right into this review. So, if I mispronounce any character's name, just remember that I only saw this movie once. I only saw this movie once, and every character's like the way their names are not really stuck in my head. And I don't know which way, and I don't know how to pronounce each of the characters' names. So please excuse me for that. But yeah, here's how this review is gonna go. I'm gonna break this movie down, talking about the positives, the negatives, um, and then concluding the film, this review, this video, and yeah, let's dive right in. This movie has a very epic score by Hans Zimmer, who I did not know compose the music for this film. I love Hans Zimmer. Um, and the chanting by Lisa Garrard. It's like it's beautiful. Like the score is beautiful and tear jerking, and it does have a tear jerking end credits song, which is "Now We Are Free." And if you've seen this movie on DVD, like physical DVD, it includes several deleted scenes that add to the story, such as a scene when we learn that Commodus is selling off Rome's grain stores to pay off for the games, and another scene where Commodus. I'm gonna keep like pronouncing it like different words, but anyway, has two innocent um Patreons executed because Maximus is still alive, explaining why Quintus refused to give him a sword during the climactic battle. So there's that. There's deleted scenes that really fill up the gap in between um, the movie. But anyway, yes, Maximus is a likable and lovable, protagonist who is a Hispano-Roman liege or legatus forced into becoming a slave who seeks revenge against Commodus. He has earned the favor of Marcus Aurelius and the love of and admiration of Lucilla. Prior to the events of the film, when Proximo bought him and then trained him as a gladiator, and then he exploits in the arena of North Africa, brought him into Rome after the family of his was murdered. He vows vengeance, and Russell Crowe was like practically born to play the this role for him when he is ready to fight the enemies. Like he is this character, and he did an amazing job portraying him. Um, and the Battle of Germanius, the Battle of the Germanius scene, it is one of the best battle scenes in the entire well, actually, it is the best battle scene in the entire movie, and there's plenty of awesome dialogues, and the most iconic, like I said earlier, is "Are you not entertained?" which was like shouted out, and like it's so iconic. But yeah, Lucius is one of the more memorable antagonists in the movie. He is the insane son of Marcus and the new emperor of the Roman Empire after he killed his father. He has Maximus's family killed for refusing to serve him, causing Maximus's quest for vengeance. While he is like Scar, he actually has unique motivation in the movie. His evilness and acting were helped by Joaquin Phoenix's performance. Maximus taking down his opponents at the gladiatorial arena and repeatedly asking the crowd if they aren't entertained is amazing. This film also draws inspiration with its plots from the 1964 film The Fall of the Roman Empire, while also drawing several cues from Stanley Kubrick's Spartacus. And you might get a sense of those when you're watching this movie. Um, like there's a hint of that. The moment that Maximus reveals his identity to Commodus, while also making it clear that he'll get his vengeance no matter what, is just amazing, and it's just like it's awesome. The final battle is excellent, where Maximus and Commodus confront each other in a duel to the death. Points go to Maximus, who remains terrifyingly calm, while Commodus is losing it as the battle goes on. Even when Commodus stabbed him to ensure an advantage, Maximus held his own, and even when Commodus resorts to outright cheating, he still wins. Maximus forces Commodus' hands backwards to stab him in the throat while also bleeding to death, which was like insane. Also, Quintus gives one last FU to the Emperor by refusing to give him his sword and ordering the guards surrounding him to sheathe their swords, and then Commodus is killed as a result. This film has awesome pacing, amazing direction by Ridley Scott. Like, this guy, this is the same person who directed Alien, Ridley Scott. The Ridley Scott who directed Alien. Like, he can do, like, wait, give me a second, guys. I gotta look this up. Okay, he directed. He directed Robin Hood, also with Russell Crowe, and it came out in 2010. Um, oh, he directed Blade Runner, the original Blade Runner movie. Um, okay, so he directed the original Blade Runner film with Harrison Ford. So yeah, this man can do it all. He can do historical drama. He can do alien horror films. He can do movies like Blade Runner, which is like a sci-fi film. Like, Ridley Scott is just amazing, and he's such a genius and brilliant director. He can do it all, man. He can do it all, and he's very multi-talented. And the film does have some fantastic cinematography. The way this film is shot is just amazing and beautiful, and it really does set the tone. It really does fit the tone of the film that Ridley Scott is, trying to make. Um, I mean, the one issue I have with this film, it's not really a flaw, but more like a nitpick. Yeah, it's straight up a nitpick. I don't know about you, but for me, I thought personally the gladiator wearing a bull carcass, that part was, yeah, it was pretty underwhelming. But yeah, that's it. That's the only one bad like quality I have with this film. This film, guys, I cannot believe it took me all this time to finally sit down and watch this movie just in time. Well, back, at the moment, just in time before, the new Gladiator 2 movie came out, the sequel. And my friend was like bothering me, like, what? Like, man, you haven't seen the first, Gladiator movie with Russell Crowe. It's iconic, and it's a favorite. Um, and I'm like, sorry, dude. Like, I've never, I, it's not really, hasn't really piqued my interest. But I have, but everyone's heard the iconic line every single time it's been repeated. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have to say for Gladiator. Finally, I've seen this film. But anyway, thank you so much, everyone, for taking time to listen to my review, my thoughts. Please like and subscribe. Definitely subscribe because that would help me out a lot. Um, yeah, I think there's nothing else much. There's nothing much else to say. Yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.